welcome into my channel. If you're new, I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a ton of different ways to use the Dollar Tree crates. So you guys have probably seen them, maybe not at the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is stepping up their crafter square game. They have so many wooden decor pieces or wooden craft pieces that you can modify to your liking. I'm super excited to share with you guys 7 different ways I have come up to use these crates in different ways. So let's get started. So these are the crates I will be using to make all of my DIYs with. I found so many ideas for these, so I really wanted to share them with you. This first one is a little crate truck. You're going to have to cut one of them right in half, and then you are going to glue it to the top of one of them. So before I do that, I'm just going to take some stain. This is an espresso brown by Arteza, and I'm just adding some water, making a little stain just so I can do everything inside. I don't stain inside. I don't really care for stain. And then with the other crate, I'm just going to paint it white with Waverly chalk paint in white, and then glue them opposite sides, because one, I want the crate to face down, which is the white one, and then the little back of the truck is going to be the brown one, which you can put whatever you want in this. If you want to do it a little bit different than I did, you could add eggs, you could add Christmas tree, you can make this for any season. And then the one that is cut in half, I just glued right to the top. The back side is wide open, but you're not going to be able to tell once you add everything to the back. These little circles are just paint caps I saved from paint that I already used, and then I've just painted them black with the Waverly chalk paint and ink, and then I'm just using some hot glue to glue these on. This was such a quick and easy DIY to do, just a little bit of paint. And like I said, I'm not going to go in depth of everything and painting every single crate because I did a lot of them the same color, and this would have been a really long, drawn-out video if I would have done step by step and showed you all of the painting. So to make this just a little more like a truck, I decided to just add a window on to each side, and I'm just using the Arteza acrylic paint markers. This one was kind of running low. I should have shaken it up before I did it, so I ended up going back in and filling it in a little bit better later on. But I just thought that this would give it a little bit of extra. You can always add a door handle. I just kept this really basic and just added a window to each side. And I'm just taking some Waverly chalk paint in white and just dry brushing the tires. You really don't have to do this. I just kind of wanted everything to blend in a little bit more, so I decided to go ahead and do that. This is kind of what my car looks like right now because the salt is so bad from the snow and the plows leaving all the salt. It's just a crazy mess. My car is a hot mess. All this greenery, the boxwood greenery, is from Walmart, and then the little flowers, or the foxtails, I think is what they're called, those are from Dollar Tree. And then this is what my truck looks like when it is all done. I love this. I love that I did black and white and brown because I can just take whatever I want out of the back side of this and make it work for every single season. Next one, I thought I would make a cute little organizer, and I'm just going to take the Waverly chalk paint in white and paint all 3 of these crates white. So like I said, I am not going to show you guys step by step with every single one of these crates, but I will show you a little bit. So these ones actually have little cracks through the crates. A lot of the ones that I bought prior to this did not have those, but these ones do. So this takes forever to paint. Like, this really takes a lot with a lot of the cracks and everything in the crates. I'm also using these wood stakes. These are from Dollar General. They're in the garden section, and they are 3 foot long. And then I end up cutting them down so they are 20 inches a piece, or 20 inches in length. This is the espresso brown, and I'm just going to use that same stain I did for the truck and stain these little wooden stakes. Like I said, these are 20 inches long. Then this is what it looks like when the crates are dry, along with the wooden stakes. And then I am just going to be gluing everything together with a little bit of hot glue. And I do measure this out. So like I said, these are 20 inches long. And then I did want the wooden crate to be at the bottom because this is what is going to be making it stand. So you want the bottom really, really even. So that is what I worry about the most, is just making sure the first one is completely straight, completely even. And I liked this one as well, these crates. Liked this one. I liked these crates because on the sides there is actually like a centerpiece, so you can center them up really, really well. And this just makes everything pretty easy. I measured 20 inches divided by 3, and then that is how I came up with the measurements. And then I did kind of tweak it just a little bit because, like I said, I did want the crate at directly at the bottom. Recently, I just did a DIY pretty similar to this, but a lot larger, using the wood stakes as well, along with the Dollar Tree wooden trays, and I will link that video for you. I actually really love these little organizers. You could put so much on here. This one is small enough to actually go on a dresser, so you can add makeup to it, paints, anything that you want. I just like to decorate them with decor that I've made, and this is what it looks like when it is all done, and I absolutely love the way they turned out. I love using all wood, and this only cost $5 to make. Here's a really super simple, easy DIY. It's just this little floral centerpiece, and I'm just using 3 crates along with the Waverly chalk paint in Elephant. So as are dry, I just hot glued them all together, and then I ended up dry brushing them with some white chalk paint just to give it a little bit more extra. I don't really like just the solid colors. I do like to distress a lot of things, so I decided to give these a little bit of white and a little bit more texture, and I think this is so pretty. I'm kind of glad I used the gray. It's been a minute since I've used this gray chalk paint, but I absolutely love it. I just picked up some florals from Dollar Tree, some greenery, and some roses, and I just kind of cut everything so they would fit inside the crates. And I think I ended up using 4 or 5 bunches of these greenery pieces. This looks like boxwood to me, so that's probably what I'll just call it. And then I just added some roses. These roses were actually left over from some different DIYs that I've done that I have not showed you yet, so stay tuned for March because that's when that's coming out. But yeah, I'm just going to be adding everything together and make it super full, and then adding the roses in the end. Next one is a wall hanging piece, a door hanging piece, and I found this cute little welcome sign from Dollar Tree using one of the crates. I'm not even going to paint this one. I wanted to leave it as is, and the sign on the back is actually a tag sign from Dollar Tree. I painted it and never did anything with it. It's some sort of, I think it's a Christmas sign or it is a Valentine's sign. Either way, I'm not really sure, but I just used the Tilled Soil color by Martha Stewart and then just dry brushed it with Waverly chalk paint in white. And all I'm doing here is gluing the welcome sign on. I have a ton of this like foxtail and greenery and florals from Dollar Tree this year, so I decided just to cut that down and add it right to the crate. Hot glued the crate down, grabbed some twine, and hung it on my door. This was so simple and so easy, but it is so pretty. Here's here's another easy one, just a quick little wall hanging shelf piece. Espresso brown with the stain. Once again, I just add water. I didn't add a ton of water, and that's why it ends up being so dark. So if you want it to be a little bit lighter, you could definitely just add more water, and it makes your paint lighter. So this is just how I always make my stain. I think it just works well. I can do it indoors, and I swear every time that I use stain, it either goes all over the floor, I spill it, it drips. I mean, it is really a mess, and it doesn't matter where I'm at. I always spill it everywhere. It's a mess. And I just take the two pieces right here and then glue the two crates together. Glue the two pieces, glue the two crates. They're the crates. I'm not even going to correct myself there. I just hot glued the two crates, and then I added some faux leather. This is also from Dollar Tree. And then I just put it on the sides. I started putting it on the back and then realized that it was not going to hang right. So you do want to hang your little faux leather twine, you'll want to hang it on the sides so this stays perfect. But I'm not sure what to put in there yet because these are really small, but this is still so pretty. Even if you decide to add some florals or something in it, I just love that. I made these books in a previous DIY, but if you haven't seen that video, here it is again for you because this is just another idea you can use these crates. I also did this over Christmas, but I wanted something that I could have year round, so I decided to do Home Sweet Farmhouse. This is just a bold, I want to say it's just a bold farmhouse font from my silhouette. And the home I messed up on, but I did not show it in this video, but I will be adding the home to the top. And then just using some twine, I'm just going to wrap it around here to give it a little bit of extra farmhouse feel. You just have to wrap it a couple times, tie it back down. I didn't use any glue for this. I really just double knotted it, like good old fashioned double knots work just fine with twine. And then like I said, I'm going to wrap it around a couple times, and then once that was done, I just decided to add a little rub-on transfer. The rub-on transfers are from Dollar Tree, and I absolutely love them. They are super fun to use. I love using them a lot lately. I will link some of those videos if you guys want to see, but I've been doing a lot of farmhouse DIYs lately, and I'm so happy to be back in the groove of doing them. These are the rub-on transfers. I actually found more of these, so check your Dollar Tree. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Like, I've been having a really hard time finding rub-on transfers lately, but sometimes you can, you get the days where they're all there. I just love this piece. I love like the eucalyptus. I think it's super pretty. And then I just always use like my little Cricut tool to like rub it on or pull this off just so I don't mess it up. And if it does kind of start to come off, just push it back down, rub it with your finger. I think the heat kind of works a lot better. But yeah, it's not that big of a pain. Sometimes it is, but they're all going to rub off. But this is what it looks like when it's done. Adding the home, the end, you have some little faux books, which I think are super cute. Last one is seriously just using the crate as is. I painted it with white chalk paint, and then I decided to dry brush it with black along the edges, and then I added a decal for my silhouette, and it was just a purchase one. I didn't make it or anything. It just says fresh herbs, locally grown. Yeah, you can definitely just use a crate as is. It doesn't have to be anything like super it has not to be like something super amazing, but I love this one. It's a really basic, easy little DIY to do. It takes seconds to do. Maybe not seconds, maybe minutes, but super easy. Add the decal, add some florals in. The florals I picked up were from Walmart, and I love the way this turned out. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you like videos like this, where I just use one item from the Dollar Tree and make it into a bunch, let me know in the comments below. I don't think I've actually done very many of these videos, if any, where I just use one item, make a bunch of different things. But if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!